Tonight, the world mourns the Queen. Buckingham Palace confirms the longest-serving monarch in British history, Queen Elizabeth II, passed away today at the age of 96. A look back now at the extraordinary life of the Queen of the United Kingdom for the past 70 years plus.
Clock Greenwich time.
December 1936.
A great country of the world.
A moment that forever changed a young girl's life.
Large sports section.
After ruling less than a year, King Edward VIII abdicated the throne to his brother.
A new reign began in Britain as the Duke of York was crowned King George VI.
Making King George's eldest daughter, then Princess Elizabeth, known as Lilibet to the family, next in line to the throne. 10 years later marked a marriage.
Princess Elizabeth married Phillip, the present Duke of Edinburgh.
The couple welcomed a baby boy, Prince Charles, in 1948, and a daughter, Princess Anne, nearly 2 years later. Two more sons, Andrew and Edward, would come later. Then, the 25-year-old princess got the news.
The shadow of death hovered over King George of England as these last pictures were made.
Her father's reign lasted only 15 years. Once a princess, suddenly a queen.
The hopes and hearts of England and the Commonwealth went out to a young queen.
In 1953, Queen Elizabeth II was crowned. Her husband, who was later granted the title of His Royal Highness the Prince Phillip, Duke of Edinburgh, was the first peer to pay his respects at the coronation, the first to be broadcast live on television.
A story of a queen who wrote bright pages in the story of the year.
In the years that followed, during times of great social change, the Queen kept a busy schedule, traveling across the globe more widely than any other monarch before her, meeting with just about every U.S. president since being crowned.
She remembers learning from her parents how important keeping America on side was during the war, and then America came into the war. She remembers that so well. She remembers, the American troops, D-Day, all that. To her, it's a very important part of her growing up.
With no political power, the Queen wielded the influence of a figurehead. In her private life, things weren't always easy. Her 40th anniversary on the throne marred by separation, divorce, and estrangement in her children's marriages, and a fire at Windsor Castle.
It has turned out to be an annus horribilis.
Then, in 1997, the death of the People's Princess. A great deal of heartache pacified with help from her greatest passions, horses and dogs, and balanced by joy, the weddings of her grandchildren, and later a new role of great-grandmother. But even that at times brought hardships. At the beginning of 2020, Buckingham Palace announced that Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, were no longer working members of the royal family. Through it all, Prince Philip was, in the Queen's words, the strength and stay of her reign. He died in 2021 before his 100th birthday after more than 70 years of marriage.
It's been one of the great royal romances, I think, of history.
From a girl who was third in line to the throne to the longest-serving monarch, Queen Elizabeth II leaves behind a legacy, a life full of family, faith, and devotion to country.